People usually think the hardest part of moving to a new country is the move itself. They think about flights, paperwork, or figuring out how things work once you arrive. For me, that wasn't the hardest part. The harder part came later after regular life set in and everything wasn't new anymore. That's what I want to talk about in this video.
Hey y'all, it's Sade Imore, your favorite expat with nomadic tendencies. I left the US in 2021 and now I slow travel while living abroad as a single mom expat. If you're interested in knowing more, subscribe and let's get into the video.
I've been living outside of the US for a while now, and Egypt is not my first experience with living this lifestyle. So this is not about first impressions or even culture shock. It's about what became clearer as the move was done and we were back to living our lives. When you're no longer in transition, you start noticing things you didn't think about before. You're no longer distracted by excitement. You're now managing life as it is. The first thing that stood out to me was the mental load. There's a lot that has to be thought through before anything moves. You're considering timing, your next steps, and how everything is going to fit in one day before it starts. I expected responsibility as a single mom, but being here made me more aware of how much thought goes into everyday decisions. Plans shift, things come up, and you have to constantly adjust as you go. Some days are manageable and other days are frustrating because you realize how much change and adjustment is happening behind the scenes. Another thing that became clear to me was how support works in this lifestyle. It doesn't always look the way people imagine it. Even if you have help, this lifestyle is still different. Things come up last minute, plans change, and something simple can take longer than expected. Some plans will move forward the way you thought it would, and other times you'll have to adjust because things didn't line up. You'll learn very quickly that flexibility matters more than having everything mapped out ahead of time. It's not whether support exists. It is adjusting to how support works in this lifestyle. That's how I changed my thought on expectations. Managing expectations has been one of the more frustrating parts. Some people assume you're always okay. Others assume you're rich, living some type of nonstop vacation life. What I've seemed to notice is that people aren't really interested in the regular days, the days when you're still handling business behind the scenes. That's why I stopped explaining and breaking down my lifestyle. I know who I am and what I'm doing, so I don't feel the need anymore to correct assumptions about anything. With all of that being said, I still want to be clear about how I feel about this life. None of this means I regret being here. It doesn't mean that this lifestyle isn't worth it or that I want to change it. It just means that some parts are harder than I expected, and that doesn't cancel out the good. I just have an honest picture. If you're thinking about doing something like this, especially if you're a single mom, this is the part I wish I heard more about. This is not to discourage you, but to give you a clearer idea of what it could possibly feel like once the official move is over. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.